Hello, welcome. This is a video on how to use the quadratic formula to solve for x when you have a quadratic formula, or excuse me, a quadratic equation. And the important thing to remember is that you have your quadratic equation needs to be in standard form. This one is, we've got ax squared plus bx plus c, and that's equal to 0. And it doesn't matter if that equal to 0 is over here on the right or if it's over here on the left like this one is. But that you have those three terms in that order, ax squared plus bx plus c, and that helps you to see, if you list it out that way, that a equals -2, b equals 4, and c equals 6. And then we want to find the discriminant, and the discriminant is the part that's under the radical. Recall that the quadratic formula is x equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 minus 4ac all over 2a. And the discriminant is just the part under the radical. It doesn't even include the radical, so it's just that part. And so that's what we calculate first, is that b squared minus 4ac. And if you write below it, we'll write b squared minus 4ac. It'll help you make those substitutions. So b is 4, and then a is -2, and c is 6. And 4 squared is 16. And then on this part right here, this all gets multiplied together before you do any addition or subtraction. It looks like subtract, but in this case, we're actually going to add, because a -4 times a -2, that's plus, and that's 8, and then 8 times 6 would be 48. So 16 plus 48. And 16 plus 48, that'd be, I think it'd be 64. And we want, if I want to double check, I plug that into my calculator, and I got, just double check here, I got, 4 squared, 4 squared minus, when you're doing minus, and you're putting this in the calculator, make sure that you put the minus with the subtract sign, not the negative sign. And so that's 4 squared minus 4, and then open parentheses, and then we've got -2, and then -6. So negative times -2. Here, make sure when you're using the negative that you use that little minus sign at the bottom that has the parentheses. That's negative. So -2, and then let me see here, once again, 6. So 6. We hit enter, and sure enough, we got 64. And so because it's positive, when the discriminant is positive, we get 2 real solutions. And because 64 is a perfect square, it is 8 squared is 64. Because it's a perfect square, not only will the solutions be real, but they will also be rational. And so we can find what those solutions are. We're going to go back up. X equals -b plus or minus the square root. B squared minus 4ac goes underneath all over 2a. And b, once again, same values. B is 4, but we've got the negative of that. And then the discriminant is 64. We've already calculated, so that goes under here, 64. And then this is all over 2a, and a is -2. And so now we separate these out. I've got -4 plus, and then the square root of 64 is simply 8. And 2 times -4, that'd be -4. And then on the other side, the other solution, so one of the solutions comes from the fact that we've got plus. And then the other solution comes from this minus. And so that's what we're going to do next. And here we're going to write -4 minus the square root of 64, which is 8 all over -4. And so now we just simplify this. -4 plus 8 would be 4 divided by -4, and 4 divided by -4 would be -1. And then finally over here, -4 minus 8, this would be -12 divided by -4. A negative divided by a negative is positive, so this is 3. And so my solutions, my discriminant we already found, that's 64. And the x values are -1 and 3. And you don't want to put those in parentheses because then that would, kind of make it look like you have an ordered pair. And it's just 2 different values of x. If anything you wanted to, you can put it in curly brackets. That's how we show sets, and this is the solution set. But you can also just leave those off. That's how you do this, you guys. You got it. Study hard, keep working. You got this.